I'm someone who has bought multiple different types of businesses and a few different commercial properties now. And along the way, I have made a lot of mistakes as well. So this video is dedicated to the most important things that I've learned if you ever want to do these kind of transactions. If you're trying to decide between starting a business from nothing versus buying an existing one, it's way easier to be successful at buying an existing business because that business is already set up for you. You know its track record on making money and you know what works and doesn't work for that business before you go into it. Even though it's easier, a lot of people still won't even try to buy a business because they can't come up with the financing to do it. But when I applied for my first business loan to buy someone's business, it was totally shocking to me how our bank just threw money at us, and it was actually pretty easy to get the financing for it. For example, my wife and I bought a dental clinic a while ago with 100% bank financing, and we got the loan as soon as she graduated from dental school with no job history or any personal income to her name. We were able to get the financing because the two main things that the banks look for is what industry is the business that you are buying is in, and has that business made money over the last 2 years. For our situation, banks love lending money to the dental industry. There's a reason why you see a dental clinic on almost every street corner of a city because it's reliable at making money. Think of it from the bank's perspective. If you have two clients that you could lend money, one was a dental clinic and say the other was a comic book store, you'd be more hesitant to lend the money to the comic store owner just based on the industry differences. So if you're someone who is having a hard time getting a loan for a business that you want to buy, think about what business that industry is in. Because if it's an industry with a less stable track record, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get approved for loans. When you're evaluating a business that you're looking at buying, you're probably going to be inheriting some of their existing employees. And one of the things you have to make sure you look out for before you commit to buying anything is to ask the terms of their employment contract if you want to let any of them go. Inheriting someone else's employees is actually a pretty big risk because you have no idea who they are and you're probably not going to get the chance to meet or talk with any of them before you buy the business. If one of the employees you inherit is causing issues with the business and hurting your business, it can be really costly and hard to let them go depending on what the terms of the employment contract that you took over. It's so important to give yourself options to be able to get out of things. Because if you have no backup options, you're often going to be in a no-win situation, and often that situation is also costly to get out of it. If your business is not fully online, ask yourself how important is location for that business. For example, a business like a dental clinic, you can't be online. You need patients to physically come in to your clinic to see you, and you need space to store your equipment to be able to do the dental appointment. If the business you're looking at is similar to that where location is super important, before deciding to buy it, check to see if there's an opportunity to be able to buy the building that the business is in. For us, we would never buy a dental clinic unless we can also buy the building that it is in as well. So ask yourself your question about your business. If you ever had to pick up and move that business to a new location, how hard would it be for you to actually do that? Also, if there is an opportunity to be able to buy the building that your business is located in, evaluating the type of building is also really important too, to see how attractive that business is. For my wife and I, the type of building that the clinic was in was honestly the biggest reason why we decided to buy the clinic, and because we were able to buy ownership of that building as well. What made the building attractive for us was that it was a big building with 3 separate floors with a number of different businesses renting the space. And we were able to be an owner of the whole building, not just one floor. Being able to buy into both the building and buying the dental clinic made buying the dental clinic way less scary, especially at the time when we both had no experience at all working in the dental industry. Because if our clinic ever went into the toilet, we'd still be making the rental income from the building, and that's building us equity that is basically covering the interest cost of the loan that we used to buy the dental clinic. So we viewed it as a win-win situation no matter what. And again, this all comes back to giving yourself options for your business if things ever go wrong.